Preston Flabo.
I want me some glory hole.
Oh, yeah. Hello, welcome to the FGH podcast. We listen on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Spotify. Watch us live on StreamYard, live or recorded any way you can afford it, baby. We thank each and every glory hole seeker for tuning in this week. Oh, I'm joined here by my good buddy Longhorn. Longhorn, what's up, buddy?
All right. Ooh, Bo Cephas, here we go. It is NFL Week 3. Where's the time gone, buddy?
I want me some glory hole.
Well, let's fade that down.
Jerry,
get out of the podcast, Jerry. We're taking from here. Buddy, it feels like only yesterday that we were in Week 2 and Jimmy Kimmel had a job. So I mean, the time is really flying by. And by the way, since we own this podcast channel, we are allowed to say, Kimmel, you are a no-talent pussy who could have been fired years ago. Hit that button, Bo Cephas. Whether you are here for the funny.
It's a quest for fun. I'm going to have fun, and you're going to have fun. We're all going to have so much fucking fun we'll need plastic surgery to remove our goddamn smiles. You'll be whistling zippity-doo-dah out of your assholes.
Or you are here for the money.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't fucking have any. They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby.
You have come to the right place. 2 questions for you people. Do you like football?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
My apologies, Mr. Presidents. I will do better. Do you like money?
I'm a big fan of money. I like it. I use it. I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in.
That's right, Adam Sandler. That's exactly where we come in. Visit our Patreon page and check out all the winning opportunities. That's patreon.com/bet_FGH. Become our football partners for life so that you can bet football the right way, the winning way, the Bet FGH way. And as always, here on the sports patio, we got the TVs glowing. We got the beer heavily flowing tonight, and right now it is everybody's most unfortunate favorite part of the show. My friend, tell the people all about your horrible, disgusting, cold beer choice of the week.
It's so good! Once it hits your lips, it's so good!
I'm so drunk, I feel retarded.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Tonight I am drinking an Alien Amber Ale by Sierra Blanca Brewing in Morality, New Mexico. Very solid beer, 3 out of 5 stars.
Made up.
Yep, on the beer app. I'm drinking it tonight, Longhorn, because did you know that on this day in 1973, former President Jimmy Carter filed a report with the FBI that he and a dozen other people had seen a UFO. They described the object as very bright, with changing colors, and about the size of the moon. It hovered around 30 degrees above the horizon, moved towards the earth and away again, and then disappeared. And during his campaign, he promised that if elected, he would release all the classified documents surrounding this sighting. Of course, after the peanut farmer was elected, he didn't release shit, which seems to be par for the course, for the government. But it also reminded me, Longhorn, of a time that we saw something that we wanted to report to the authorities in Vegas. At first, we thought it was just a tall lady of the night, but after we got closer, it had gray skin and huge black eyes, and I asked it, "Are you an alien?" And it didn't answer. But then Longhorn said, "I don't care what you are. Just blink twice if you've got a hole that I can stick it in behind this dumpster real quick." And boys and girls, that's mostly a true story. So
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth.
That's the old me. So I mean, you're bringing up stuff from decades ago. I mean, at least 5 years ago. When I say decades, I mean at least 5 years ago.
All right, boys and girls, we did the podcast. Now we're going to go over every game in the NFL in the air tonight. And we're going to get you paid, of course, with those free picks, as we always do. But right now, we have to get paid and do that. Oh, it's our sponsor, TexasTelehealth.com. Look, going to the doctor fucking sucks. If you fucked an alien and caught some sort of weird disease that nobody can solve, I promise you, my buddy, Dr. West at TexasTelehealth.com, can fix it. All you do is go to his website, schedule an appointment, 30 minutes or less, you're on the phone with him. He's got you prescribed with some fucking anti-alien fungal dick medicine or whatever you need. Got you feeling better in no time. And TexasHealth.com, they cure everything from flu, ED, VD, weight loss too. They got that Ozempic, baby, for $119 for just a 30-day supply. And your consultation is always free with accepted health insurance. So, whether you got a peen that's turned gray or yellow shit running out of your nose, lungs, and eyes, go to TexasTelehealth.com right now and tell them that FGH sent you. That is Texas, TELE Health.com for all your medical needs.
Yeah. You know what they say? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, once you go alien, you never have, I don't know what they say, but try it out sometime. Aliens are good.
My favorite part about that is the movie. Remember Independence Day when they were like making fun of Randy Quaid? Like the aliens abused him sexually.
Maybe it's good. You never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Stay calm!
What do you think is happening right now?
What's happening over here? Excuse me, what is happening here?
What is happening? What the fuck just happened?
Oh, you know what's happening. It's time for all those wins coming in the air tonight, baby!
All right, boys and girls, time to get into week 3 of the NFL season. And Longhorn, we're going to kick it off with, well, first of all, I'm going to set you guys up with a trend that I found for week 3. And quite a few teams fall into this trend. So, if it's week 3 from 2012 on, you are 0-2. Just any team, any situation. 60, 43-1, 58.3% ATS with a plus 1.3 ATS margin. Now, if you're weak, and that is the Chiefs, Giants, Browns, Saints, Texans, Panthers, Dolphins, Jets, Titans, and Bears. If it's week 3, 2012, you're 0-2, and you're the dog, even better. 47-27-0, 63.5% with a plus 2.8 ATS margin there. That is every team except for Kansas City. They're the only fave, which favorites, by the way, same situation. 42.3%, so not a winning situation in Kansas City historically. And on top of that, since 2021, home dogs in the same situation, 87.1%. That would be the Giants, Browns, Panthers, and Titans.
All the teams you want to bet, like you're just
dying to bet them.
I can't wait to go bet on those Panthers or those Browns. That's just, man, that makes me feel good inside. I can't wait till Sunday.
Can't wait to do it. All right. So we're going to start off with those Panthers hosting those hot Atlanta Falcons. Now, preseason line on this, well, let's just say current line on this is Atlanta minus 5.5. Now, in the preseason, again, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I had Atlanta minus 3.5. Vegas had them 1.5 point dogs. So, obviously, I was higher on Atlanta, lower on Carolina. And it's even higher than what I had in the market. Seems a little too high, though, at 5.5. But Longhorn, what do you got on this one?
Well, I mean, maybe they're not. Yeah, they are one of the teams. Only because they're one of those teams on this week 3 trend, and I would never. I'm not going to bet against this trend. There might be. It might. If I like the other side, I just won't bet it. It's just going to keep me away.
It's a solid strategy.
Yeah, like it's kind of like some of the other trends, the heavy trends that we talk about in different situations. You can just use it to keep you away from making a mistake and stepping in a landmine. So I do like Atlanta here, but it's just going to be a like simply because of the week 3 trend. I just think Carolina is, and I got to raise my hand, the most, like the highest hand raise of someone that has to admit that they were wrong on Carolina, because I think I don't want to get off the mic, but I think I had them winning 8 games. It's just not good. I don't feel good about that. I expected Bryce Young to start this season kind of the way he finished last season, and I don't know what the fuck he does in the offseason. Apparently nothing. We don't really hear anything about
I think he shrinks. Like, I think he gets smaller. I don't know. Usually guys try to get bigger. I think he tries to get smaller.
Well, they're as bad as you think they are, because they're 0-2, and don't be fooled by that game last week. They were getting their motherfucking say it again.
Whoop-de hell.
Whoop-de hell.
They were just getting their doors blown off, and that's the old coach from Cleveland, the whoop-de hell coach. Yeah, I miss that guy. I wonder what high school he's coaching at these days.
He's an offensive coordinator, I think, for I had that too.
Nah, there's no way.
I can't remember now.
There's no way he's in the NFL still, and if he is,
no, it's college. It's college.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if he is in the NFL, you can hit that drop again and say, "Whoop-de hell,
whoop-de hell."
There you go. Yeah, it took an onside kick recovery, which that's not going to happen this year.
6%.
I'm surprised it's that high. I'm surprised it's even that high. It took 2 major injuries in the Arizona secondary that just happened right along with they were going, just pass, just constant pass to get back in the game. It was just a miracle. It's the bottom line. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this team because I'm not betting Carolina, but I can't bet Atlanta because of the week 3 trend, and I'm going to respect that. So this is a no bet for me, but force lean to Atlanta.
Yep. So even though I was higher on Atlanta and lower on Carolina, power rank is still great at Carolina at this number. Now, the buckets are on Atlanta, V2 Atlanta, D2 Atlanta. But overall, the BPG has this 27-21 Atlanta. That's a no call within half a point. But the total is 43.5. So that puts it fairly over. Now, I want to point out, it's early, but the BPG totals on games that are graded, 6-5 in week 1, 9-2 last week on totals. Now, I've made some tweets to the BPG this year.
I would hope so.
It is
all over.
Well, it's taken the priors, yes, but I've graded on a sloping scale the current numbers too. So that's we're trying to find the perfect mix into how mix these numbers in all year long. Now, as far as the team play specifically, neither quarterback grades out great against either one of these defenses as far as numbers gained. But Atlanta does have a huge advantage in the running game here, plus 1.5 points for the running game. Carolina does not have an advantage in the running game. So I think Atlanta probably wins this game. Do they cover? We'll see. But again, as we said on the trend, and here's even a bigger trend. Well, smaller sample size, but better number. So if you're week 3, 0-2, playing at home and a dog, and it's a division game since 2012, we've had 7 of those. The home dogs 5-2, plus 3.1 ATS margin, 71.4%, and believe it or not, 4-3 straight up. So it's one of those times where the dogs do win historically here.
Where's the juice on? Which way is the line going? Is it stuck at 5.5, or is it going to go to 6?
Let's see.
Because 5.5 is such a dead number. If you're going to take Carolina and go with all these trends that both
the juice is on the 5.5. In fact, at Bovada it's 4.5 currently. So, it's minus 115. Yeah, that's going to be the ceiling for sure. I mean, it opened at 2.5. You've got all the fucking, early money, early sharp money, pushing that 2.5 over the 3 and keeps going as the public follows it. So I think this is the ceiling for this game. It's a no play for me, but if I had to play it, definitely would be Carolina. If I could get the 6, I'd probably play Carolina, but I don't think that's going to happen. Right. They're nowhere. Like no book has a 6. So,
all right. Then.
And this is Thursday we're recording, so generally at this time the lines are pretty settled. All right, let's move on to Minnesota. Those Minnesota Vikings hosting Longhorn Cincinnati Bengals. Mm-hmm. This one is currently sitting at Vikings minus 2.5. I'm not even going to go over the preseason lines because, Vegas had it minus 1. Who gives a shit? We have 2 new starting quarterbacks in this game. I'm just going to make this simple for me. I got nothing. So, Longhorn, what do you got?
Yeah, this is a big time saver for me also. I will say I hate Cincinnati with everything in my soul very much. They're the worst 2-0 team I've ever seen in my life, period. And I'm showing them up to +3 now, so it's kind of probably teetering between 2.5 and 3. So
let's see.
It's just
it's 3. It's 3 at the Westgate, heavily juiced. 3 at Circa, heavily juiced. There's a lot of 3s across the board, so you
basically
can get the 3.
2.75 is kind of what you would call it, but
more like 2.85. But yeah,
okay. Even, but I can't trust Minnesota because they're dealing with a million injuries. They're riddled with injuries. Not as much as one of the teams we'll talk about a little bit later, but they're dealing with a lot. Now I will say I do trust Carson Wentz coupled with this coach, but I got to see it first. So I'm not just going to throw out my money when I can't see it. But I do think it's a massive coaching advantage for Minnesota because I think the coach for Cincy sucks. But they are 2-0. So, I mean, Jesus, at what point do Burrow goes down? They still found a way to win that game somehow and cover somehow. They did
Mr. Browning.
Yeah, Mr. Browning who threw 3 fucking interceptions along his way to a
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, so it's just nothing for me. There's much better games to pick from than this backup, the backup bowl.
100%, and this is a good lesson, boys and girls, right off the top. You don't have to bet every game, and we don't have to have an opinion on every game because if we don't have any data, the way I do it, or like Longhorn does it, when you've got so many players out that you've spent all this time grading and fitting into how they work, at some point you're flying blind. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just
I
play
do have
the
an
games.
opinion. Cincinnati, you suck. That's my opinion.
Speaking of fucking suck. All right, let's move on to those Cleveland Browns. Now, this is another team, 0-2, home dog. Now, this market has moved huge to Green Bay. They're sitting at 7.5 points across the board. You can still get 8.5 at DraftKings if you're feeling frisky on the Browns. Now, preseason line on this one. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, I had Green Bay minus 8.5. Shocker. Vegas had them minus 5.5. So your boy Bo Cephas fucking wins out again on Vegas on this one.
This man is a genius.
I know. But Longhorn, what do you got on this game?
Yeah, this one is the game I like a lot. Cleveland is just better than their 0-2 record. It is flat out. They're just better. They outgained.
They're just better.
They're just better than their record. I mean, look, we saw them lose to Cincy in week 1. Bullshit.
I'm busting your balls. I agree.
I know. Horseshit fucking beat there as Miami's about to go down and score a touchdown to tie this game.
And they did. And they did.
Oh yeah, you're ahead of me a little bit. And then last week, that's a phony final against Baltimore. Now Baltimore definitely would have beat them, probably even covered, but not 41-17. That's just
that part was faulty for sure.
Yeah. So, and then Green Bay. Green Bay has not faced a defense that they're about to see on Sunday. Not like this. Not yet, anyways. And I don't know if you saw the news today. Tucker Kraft, knee injury in practice. They haven't said the severity of it. They got to do some tests. Team is saying
me and everybody else that don't know who players are who Tucker Kraft is though.
Well, he's the guy that scored 2 touchdowns last week and had 160 yards receiving. He's an emerging tight end, and with the injuries that they have going on at wide receiver, Jalen Reed out, Christian Watson out, I mean,
And this number has to take down from, like I said, I had it 8.5. It opened 7. It went to 8.5, and now it's back down to 7.5. So those injuries are definitely being played heavily in the market.
Yeah. So and this is Cleveland. They're one of the week 3 trends, right?
Yes.
Okay.
0-2 home dog.
I'm firm that by the time you are listening to this, when this gets posted, well, actually we're live, so people can listen to it now. But like for the people that listen to it on iTunes and stuff like that, and it gets reposted, I will probably already have Cleveland in my premium picks. I'm still flirting with it. I want to get confirmation on Kraft for sure, but it sounds like he's at least going to be out. If best case scenario for him, it's only going to be a few weeks. They avoid the major catastrophe injury. But I think this is going to be an ugly. What's the over under here? We're sitting at, oh my God, 41.5. Yeah, this is setting up for a nasty, ugly defensive battle. And you're getting over a touchdown. So I don't know why I don't have it in my premium picks already. But it's probably coming.
All right. So if you feel like my buddy does, you can still get 8.5 at DraftKings and play and MGM, and you can get 8 at Bet Rivers. So plenty of 8s out there, some 8.5s. Don't take less than 7.5. There's only one book, and that's Bovada, that has it at 7. They're minus 120 on the 7. So shop around, as always, for the best number. Now, as far as the way I got this game graded out, power rankings on this is a no call. Again, I made the game 8.5 fucking preseason. It's not going to be a fucking call for me on that. The Buckets do grade out to Green Bay. Buckets last week, by the way, I think were what do we got? On graded games 10 and fucking 3. God damn.
Just put the whole slate out.
I know. I'm close. But anyway.
As soon as you do that, they'll drop
for sure. It'll flip around. Yeah, of course. V2, Green Bay. D2, Cleveland. Now, total 41.5, like you said. I've got Green Bay winning this game 26-21 by the BPG. So that would be to the over. And of course, that would be Cleveland covering. Now, it's not a good matchup for Flacco. It's a great matchup for Jordan Love. Jordan Love gains 1.5 points through the BPG. Here's where the crux of this game is going to come down to, and I think this is what's going to keep Cleveland in the game. Both of these running games do not grade out well versus each other. So, and we've seen Jordan Love, when he doesn't have the advantage running game, which he has through the first 2 weeks, that's why they've ran roughshod over Detroit and Washington. If they can't get that running game going, and you talk about all the injuries Longhorn just talked about with the receivers, it's going to be fucking work. It's going to be yeoman's work for Green Bay to score, on this team. Now, Flacco doesn't grade out well either. The running game doesn't grade out well either. So we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, it would be Cleveland or pass for me and nothing else.
They did shuffle, not that this matters at all, but Cleveland did shuffle their kind of pecking order at running back. I think they're going with the rookie from Ohio State as the main workhorse, which that seems.
I mean, it could make a difference if he performs, because the way. So, just to pull back the curtain a little bit, the way the BPG works in grading is it's grading what the offense does by scheme, how much percentage they run inside zone, outside zone, power, counter, design scrambles, design quarterback runs and quarterback runs by scramble, everything that you can imagine, and then how the defense performs against all of that. So, I don't think it'll change Cleveland's scheme. That's the reason why it's not a big adjustment for me from player to player. Now, if a player performs extraordinarily well, like say you run 30% inside zone and your normal running back averages 3.6 yards, per attempt at that. But this fucking backup, all of a sudden, he's graded inside zone. And he's averaging 4.6 just because he sees a little bit better. He times a little bit better. Even though our offensive line gets no better, just that one player making that fucking big of a difference, that makes a change. Now, how often does that happen? Not very often, but it could. So I'm not discounting it. But overall, just the way both these teams run their offense versus the way the defense defend what they do, not good for the running game on either side. So I don't love the overcall there just because of that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I flirted with the danger zone on this one, but landed on a different game.
All right. I think you should probably pick that one. Okay, let's move on to my Jacksonville Jaguars. Hosting those Houston. I said Houston Texans with an H. Currently, we're sitting at the Jags 1.5. Yeah, about 1.5 across the board. Now, preseason on this, again, I was terribly down on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I had Houston -4, and Vegas had Houston -1.5. So we were both off, but I was off way fucking worse. I mean, a 5.5-point swing, Longhorn, from my preseason projection for a team that is 1-1 and is lucky to fucking be that, if we're honest. They were fucking very fortunate just to do that. Versus an 0-2 team, and yet there's a 5-point upgrade on the team that's 1-1. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me.
I'm not going to make it make sense because this is the easy call for me. This is going to be the sounder. So you can go ahead and hit that sounder whenever you are ready because Houston's winning this fucking game. I mean, what would this line be if Baker doesn't...
By the way, another 0-2 team.
Yep. Falls into the week 3 trend.
Falls
which
into
is
the week 3 trend.
Major factor for this, obviously. But aside from that, what is this spread? Now, actually, that's not a good point. I was going to say, what would the spread be? Because what if Houston doesn't lose at the last second against Baker last week? But on the flip side, what if Jacksonville doesn't go full retard? Actually, don't you have that drop? Let me see. Where's the...
oh, yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go full retard.
Yeah. You never go full retard. You never do, but Jacksonville did last week and found a way. Like, goddamn it, we're finding a way to not get this win. We're finding a way to not get this cover because we're Jacksonville, and that's what they did. So let me just set that point aside. I had Houston winning 11 games. I got Houston winning this division. They're making me look stupid. So, and this offensive line, my biggest fear, everybody's fear, was the offensive line for Houston. And it is just, it's god-awful. It's not good. The offense isn't working with the new receivers coming in. It's basically Nick Chubb or nothing. Not Nick Chubb. Nico Collins or nothing. Nick Chubb is giving you next to nothing. He'll pop one here and there and remind you that he's still a running back that can be in the NFL. But this has to be the spot. This is a prideful team. This is a prideful team with a hard-nosed coach. They're going to be primed up. They're going to get off. The reason the week 3 trend thing is so strong because you are dead if you go 0-3.
Dead.
You're dead. So a good prideful team is not going 0-3. It's just not fucking happening in this shitty ass division against a Jacksonville team that we still think is overrated. It's an easy call sounder for me.
Yeah, this is what Houston's coach said in the locker room.
Let's analyze what's been working for us. Not a goddamn thing's been working for us.
Yeah, ripping the tie off. Just this sucks. This isn't working. Yeah, straight out of North Texas Mean Green.
All right, so on this one, it's all Houston for me. Power ranking Houston, bucket Houston, B2 Houston, D2 Houston. Now total's 44.5. I've got it going under this one. I've got Houston win this 24-19. This is a bad matchup for TL, our boy Goldilocks. It is a fantastic matchup for Stroud. This should be one of his best games of the entire season. Both running games grade out flat, but Houston's grades out better, more points. So I don't expect tremendous success from either side running the ball. This is a Stroud game. This is Stroud fucking doing it. And here's the trend specifically to this one, Longhorn. If you are the dog, if you're the dog in week 3, you're 0-2, and you're on the road, and it's in the division since 2012, 7-2, 77.8%, plus 4 points ATS on an average line of 6.9. This line is 1.5. 1.5.
No-brainer.
No fucking brainer. There is no other way to play this but fucking Houston. Now, if they fuck us in the ass, so be it. So be it, because there's no other way logically that you could play this game.
Well, no, actually, if they do that, then I would prefer they do that, because then we get clarification on Houston is a giant fraud this year, and
they're a giant fraud anyway. But Jacksonville sucks. They fucking suck.
Well, they've been.
You said they suck. I said they suck. The market disagreed with us. But there's been nothing through 2 games that has proved us wrong that they don't fucking suck. We came on here week 1 on the recap and said, yeah, they won, but they look like shit doing it. And then week 2, they fucking lost to a backup quarterback who they intercepted 3 goddamn times, and they still lost the game.
Well, not only that, I love fading turmoil. I love fading chaos, and you've got their best receiver who can't seem to catch a ball anymore.
He can't catch a ball anymore.
How do you go from maybe the best rookie receiver in the rookie class last year, that was a really good class, to this year, I don't know. I can't catch a ball.
You can't catch a slant. You can't catch a fucking. I mean, dude, if he catches that one fucking slant, you win. That's a touchdown.
And then you got the coach barking at the quarterback onto the field. The quarterback's waving off the coach. This is week 2, guys. Like, this is way too early to have all this going on. So yeah, this is. I'm glad we're on the same side here, and this will probably find its way into my my premium card also. It's already on. It's, by the way, I talked about teasers on the Monday pod, so it's gonna be a heavy teaser week. I've already got Houston on teased up. I'm trying to think if any other team that
I love that Miami fucking got Buffalo to punt and then got a goddamn 15-yard penalty, and then Buffalo goes and scores a touchdown. I love that.
Yeah, that's always
Side
good
note.
for. It's a good thing we're getting almost 2 touchdowns though.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Those Tennessee Titans hosting those Indianapolis Colts. Now, I don't have anything on this game except this. Again, week 3, 0-2. You're the dog. You're at home, and it's in the division. So that's on top of all the trends we talked about. But you're at home, not away. 5-2, ATS, plus 3.1. ATS margin, 71.4%. On an average line of 4.1. This line is sitting at 3.5. Now, preseason, I made this game
a 4 in some places.
Yeah, well, I'll check in a second. Now, preseason, I made this game Tennessee plus 2. Vegas made it Tennessee minus 1.5 because they're real smart. So obviously, I was on the righter side of this, being lower on Tennessee, a little higher on. Actually, I don't think I was any higher on any than Vegas was. In fact, I know it wasn't. I was just lower on Tennessee. Looking up, let's see. Where's this fucking game at? Titans. Where the fuck are you at? Oh, first game. Goddamn. Yeah. So actually, it is 4. So 4. I had it 2.5. It's grown a 1.5. I don't think that's fucking unjustified at all, given the performance that Indiana Jones has had so far versus Cam Ward, who I said he's really talented, but his biggest thing. So if you watch him play, as I did at Washington State, and you watch him play in Miami, which in Miami wasn't a big, thing, but anytime he got put under duress or got put under chaos, his fucking on-target rate dropped to one of the worst quarterbacks in all of the FBS. He cannot play in havoc. He's always been bad at that his entire college career. He's shown in the NFL. He's really bad at it too. Now, does he have the talent to throw a ball from the right sideline to the fucking left back pylon for his first touchdown in the NFL? Yeah, he does. That's like a 60-yard throw, by the way, that he did.
It was disgusting.
It was fucking ridiculous, the talent this kid has.
And awesome at the same time. It was just
all of it. He's got all the talent, but in havoc, this kid falls the fuck apart. So, I don't have any pick on this game. My only question is, Longhorn, can this Indy defense create the kind of havoc that's going to send him into a spiral and they don't cover this number when all the trends say that they will?
Yes, they can, and I think that
talking.
I think the coaching for Tennessee is really going to be the downfall, or at least a setback temporarily for Cam Ward and the growth in this offense. It's just a major mismatch coaching wise for Tennessee and Indiana. We love Shane Steichen. We hate the coach for Tennessee, and he's proven already in 2 games that he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's just going to stunt the growth of this young quarterback. I've been trying to find the right time already in 2 weeks to not only fade this Indy team who's red hot, but also to buy back in on this Tennessee team who looks just absolutely lost. But I don't know that this is it, and I know that this is the week 3 trend also. But I don't think I'm ready to get on that bandwagon just yet here. And I don't even think that the number is done climbing. Is the thing is so as much as I would like. Everything's telling me, hey, take Tennessee here, because I think the book is going, and Vegas is going to need Tennessee in this game badly. Nobody wants to bet them. Nobody. But I don't know that we're at the part yet or the point yet where it's the fade Indy and buy Tennessee. I think this knife has some more to fall. Yeah. And I'm not ready to try to catch it yet. The Tennessee YPP differential is, have you seen it? It's like 3 full yards. Every play that they run, basically they're giving up 3 yards to the opponent. You cannot win this way.
Which, by the way, boys and girls, that means mathematically they're 15 points worse than their opponent every time they snap the fucking ball.
And like I said, when you had your potty break, is like the coaching mismatch in this game. I literally cannot.
I fucking told you this coach sucks. I mean, Bill Callahan sucked. You think his kid's gonna be good? No.
They better put him high on that list, right behind Coach Bro for Miami for next one for first one fired or whatever.
Coach Logic.
Sorry, Coach. Which one's Coach Bro?
Coach Bro is Cliff Kingsbury.
Okay. Coach Logic, sorry. So
Cliff Kingsbury better be on a short list too. This goddamn Redskins offense don't fucking pick it up.
Well, we don't count offensive coordinators now, do we?
Nah. I just don't fucking like that.
I know that Tennessee's the week 3 trend also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
at 71.4%.
Yeah, so I can't go. Obviously, I'm not going to go on Indy, but just because of that trend. But I'm sure as shit I'm not betting Tennessee.
I mean, because just that's exactly where I landed too. Because just say it out loud. You're going to lay 4 to 4.5 points with Daniel Jones on the road, and I get it's different because he's not in New York anymore or whatever. But
this is the new Danny Dimes, sir. This is Indiana Jones.
This is Indiana Jones. Yes.
I mean, at what
greatest
point
fucking nickname of all time. I love it.
At what point do people need to apologize to me and say maybe Longhorn was right all along back
Let's
there?
Let's get past 2 weeks and let's see how they do. But I will say this: I feel very confident right now that my under fucking 8 or whatever it was I bet on Tennessee is probably not going to cash.
Yeah, you got that one now. You're good to go there.
Yeah, so that's but we don't win them all. There's always going to be that surprise.
Our Indy is toast too on the flip side. So
no, I'm saying no. That's what I'm saying. The Indy one, I feel is toast.
Oh, I thought you said Tennessee under is safe.
No. Yeah, that's golden. No, I feel bad about the Indy. That's toast. So
I mean, Indy, dude, if they keep playing like this, I mean, they 10 wins. I had them winning 7, so they're gonna just blow that out of the fucking water.
Let's see. Danny Dimes can always go Danny Dimes on us. But
he can, but they got AR-15 in the stable, so don't you
worry.
Of
course, yeah. I'm praying for a Danny Dimes injury, so that motherfucker has to come in and save us. Is what I'm praying for.
You hear that, guys? He's praying for injury. That's what we do around here.
All right, fine.
When you pray for injury, this is what you get.
I'm not. You are one pathetic loser.
No, we're always gonna lose fucking 30% of those bets anyway. It's just gonna be one of those ones we lose. It happens. Yep. It happens every year. You're not gonna hit them all. All right, let's move on to those Washington Redskins that we just mentioned versus our Las Vegas Raiders. Now, injury questions on this. Injury questions. We don't know. We don't know if Daniels is playing.
Yeah.
This game is down to 3.5. Let's see where we had it preseason.
Probably.
I had
4.
Washington -5. Vegas had a -7.5.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, well, I mean, Vegas was really down on Vegas, and I was pretty high on Vegas, so I knew I'd be closer to the number. But still, 1.5. Obviously, the market fading that Jaden Daniels, the sensation that he is not going to play in this one, and it's still very up in the air. So, Longhorn, what do you got on this one?
You say he's not going to play? That's not decided
It's
yet.
very,
right?
it's very up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So long lines of the Minnesota Cincy game. I mean, there's too much uncertainty. The line is saying they're kind of splitting the baby, I guess, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So I just
It opened 5.5, which what did I say? What did I say that? What did I say that great at? Let me look back. 5. Yeah. What do you know?
I mean, if I'm not going to play this game, but push come to shove, I'd be on Vegas, especially at the 3.5. You're getting that nice hook there, and I don't think that Vegas is as bad as we saw last week. I think that was just, Gino's going to have a Gino game.
Gino had a Gino game.
It's just what it is. If you watch that game, I don't know. He looked high or disinterested or just. Things weren't going right. So his body language was terrible. They weren't giving the ball to Genty, which has been a, kind of reoccurring theme that they need to take care of. That's been the major talk this week in house. And
Both of our running backs we love so much, the rookies, are not having such a good go of it so far.
Yeah, and remember we talked about this after week 1. The running games in general are just it's been
the league has made an adjustment.
Yeah, and this always happens. But with that said, I could only bet Vegas, although I'm not going to, at least on a premium card or anything like that.
Yeah, so I almost bet Vegas, to be honest with you, because my power rankings had Washington, and I graded this with Jaden Daniels in there. So because I wanted to see the numbers what they were if he played. The buckets are on Vegas. V2's Washington, D2's Las Vegas. The total's 44.5. I've got Washington win this game 23-21, so no call on that. But with Jaden Daniels in there, I have them winning by 2 points. It's not a great matchup for him. Now, it's not a great matchup for Gino either. Both running games, though, should find their footing here. They both should be able to have some success running the ball. Now, my question is, what the fuck is Las Vegas' game plan going to be? Because obviously we've seen so far, they're not really interested in running the ball. Now, maybe.
I think this week is the unleash week.
It's got to be the week because, again, both these teams grade out well against each other, running the football. So it's got to be the game that you muck it up, run it hard. This game's going to finish around 44 points, right where the total's at. I don't think that's enough space for Washington to get this margin. I think Gino keeps it in it. If I had to bet it 100%, I would bet Vegas. Because, again, I graded out with Jaden Daniels, and I still don't have him covered. So why the fuck would I ever bet Washington?
I largely agree with that. The only thing that worries me is Bowers did not look like his normal self. He had
he's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
And without him, it's not like he is the linchpin to that offense for sure.
Yeah, you saw what Gino did with him healthy for a full game and just blitzkrieg their ass in New England, and you saw what happens when he's not quite healthy.
Yeah.
But again, that comes down to coaching. You got to redesign the offense, reconfigure things. You should have
they got a great coach, so I still have confidence in. Yeah, and Tua just threw a pick with 3 minutes left, so they'll just sit on it now.
Oh, please God! But they're at the 42.
They'll fucking sit on it. Just fucking keep doing your podcast there, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ. All right. God, they were down to 22. You motherfuckers. All right, let's move on. Those goddamn Philadelphia Eagles hosting those Los Angeles Rams. Now, this one is sitting at 3 is
like
juiced.
3.25.
Yeah, 3.25, we'll call it, across the board. Now, preseason on this one, I had, oh God, I'm embarrassed. I had Philly -7, Vegas had -4.5.
Well, you've been on a run. You've been on a run the whole podcast. True. So
yeah, I got my ass kicked on this one. Obviously, I was a lot lower on the Rams coming in. We talked about that preseason though, so it's not a surprise that I'm way off on this. But Longhorn, we're sitting at 3.25 or so. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, I got a lot to say about this game, but it won't take very long. I will definitely be on LA here.
Take all the time you need. We actually own this podcast.
So nobody can fire us. We explain that. There's no Kimmel firing here. We can say whatever we want.
That's right.
I was on in the summer And on the Patreon page, if you go to our Patreon page, I put out the Rams for a Super Bowl ticket. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. I want to say, do you remember what it was like 24?
I thought you were kidding! I thought it was a joke! I even wrote it down in my diary!
Well, get that diary out and get the odds then on what I wrote down, because it's like 24, 25-1 for the Rams win Super Bowl. And here's the deal. Now flash forward to the Stafford's dealing with a back injury. We don't know if he's going to play. He's got this and that. Well, this motherfucker is just looking like the old Stafford. He's coming out slinging darts, just doing what he always does.
Yeah, I cannot get over that ball he threw to Devontae Adams in the corner of the end zone off his back foot. That was like literally Detroit Stafford to Megatron.
Yes.
Off my back foot, I'm just going to throw this shit up. Except Megatron would have to go up and battle somebody. It was on a dime. On a dime.
Now, and here's the deal. We've been saying that eventually this back is going to creep back up. And if it does to the point where he literally can't
fucking
play,
holding. Let's go.
Then they're toast. But here's the deal. Whatever drugs they pumped him up with, just keep giving it to him, because this is going to be his last year. We know he's retiring after this year. This is like his last hurrah.
He's going to die.
He's going to sports die after this year. He's going to be done. What if LA is just the better team? Because their defense has looked awesome. The offense is kind of coming into shape with Devontae Adams and Puka. And I talked about it the last couple of weeks. Philly don't look right. They do not look right. The A.J. Brown issue is still ongoing. They're talking about, the trade stuff now. The running game, Barkley has not really gone off. Like there's been some issues there. Offensive line injuries. And the tush push is now in the news. Like, everyone is against it. Like the league is chirping again. We can't stand this.
Well, they're not gonna fucking outlaw it before Sunday.
No, they're not. But here's the deal. All this footage of Philly lining up illegally, they're gonna get flagged. That they can't change the rule midseason.
Oh, you mean with the center when he has his head a full yard over the ball?
And both guards are offside. Yeah, that's gonna get called. That's gonna be their way to push back. And I'm not so sure that the Rams aren't the better team right now. So I'm getting and if you subscribe to the Patreon page, earlier in the week they were 3.5. Got them out. So at 3, I still like them.
Fucking kidding me? 2nd and 16. This motherfucker throws a 30-yard pass. God damn you, John.
Bo Stevens is giving you live updates to a game that has probably happened yesterday when you're listening to it. So yeah, I think if LA is the better team and has a chance to win this game, I'm getting +3 or +3.5, depending. I don't think it's going to go down to 2.5. So just kind of wait on it and see what you get. But yeah, I like the Rams here big time.
Sorry, what were you waiting on? The line?
I wasn't waiting on anything. I had it 3.5 earlier this week. It's 3.25, so there's still a chance it could hit 3.5 again. You just got to be ready for it.
That's 3.5 fucking everywhere. It's just 3.5 heavily juiced.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah, it's 3.5 Westgate, 3.5 at fucking DraftKings, 3.5 at Circuit, 3.5 at Bovada, 3.5 BetMGM. It's all like either -115 or -120.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So just take the juice. Just do the juice and get that hook just in case.
Do the juice. All right, so I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. All
right.
Now the power rankings.
I love it when we do this. We need to have like some sort of thing when we have these disagreement. Let's think about that.
We probably should. All right.
We always got to have new sounders and effects. So we'll fucking
yeah, we got to come up with something. All right, the power rankings of this is making a no call. Bucket's making a no call, so it's even across the board. So it's not gonna be a bet for me. The reason why I disagree with it is because the BPG has this graded out Philly 24 to the Rams 18. And the biggest reason is not usually what it is. Like Saquon grades out flat. Their running game grades out flat. The Rams are going to struggle to run the ball a little bit. But the reason it is because Stafford loses 3 points to the BPG versus this defense. Now, there's a lot of priors built in here. So I'm willing to admit that, maybe this grade isn't fair or is not going to be accurate. And that's where I would lose this bet if I did bet it, is because this Philly defense is not going to quite perform against Stafford the way that it would have with everything graded in. But if it does, or if it even gets close to it, this is going to be one of his worst games of the year. So that's the reason why I would disagree with you. It's not a bet for me just because I can't quite trust, because I'm so far off the market still. I can't quite trust my numbers. So I'm going to let it pass. I'm going to let the data keep building and see what these two teams turn into. So it's going to have to be a pass for me here. But like I said, if that comes halfway true, then Philly should cover this number, because Saquon will get what he normally gets, which is pretty good. And the Rams are going to struggle on the ball, and Stafford's really going to fucking struggle against this defense. So, but I don't expect Philly to score very many points. Like I said, I got 24-18. That is a no call on the total because it's 20. Oh, sorry. Actually, no, it's an under because it's 44.5. So I got it graded at 42. So it's definitely graded under for me there. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's I'm not budging, so it's a duel.
Full disagreement.
It's a gentleman's duel.
Gentleman's duel. All right, let's move on to those Tampa Bells 2-0. As I fucking told you they would be, and beat Houston. Tampa Bakers.
Just the way you drew it up with 6 seconds left.
Exactly. I nailed it.
I think they converted a 4th and 10 or something. But that's what Baker does. I mean, like, give him credit.
It is what he does. And also, as he said this week, we don't take no shit. So this
I hope
is
he
setting
takes a shit at least every day.
It's sitting at 6.5 minus 114 across the board, basically. Let's see where we had this one. I had.
Did my 7s leave?
There's still a few 7s out there.
Okay.
Now I had this one at 8. Vegas had it at 7.5, so we're both a little high with the market bared. Now it did open at. Let's see. It opened at 7.5, I believe. No, it actually opened at 5.5. So we were actually both way higher than market bear. The market's come back to us on this one. There's a 7 at DraftKings, minus 105, a 7 at Play MGM. I don't know where the 5.5 came from. I'm going to be honest, because again, me and Vegas were both over that number. Again,
outer space.
The market has come back to us. But Longhorn, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, this is I talked about Cleveland maybe being the danger zone, but I landed on these New York Jets, and this is going to be the TexasTelehealth.com Danger Zone Game of the Week. All right, so thank you to our sponsors, TexasTelehealth.com. Be sure to go there when you're feeling ill, and Dr. West will get you feeling better in no time. Speaking of feeling better, man, Jets, you're going to have to start feeling better, guys. I don't know if you can, probably Texas Telehealth isn't the place to go for that. Maybe just get into the fucking weight room, figure some things out. Let me start with my worry on this bet first. And by the way, I want 2 units on the 7, if you're going to give me the 7, and then that's it. Just two units on the 7. Aaron Glenn is my worry. And I talked about this all fucking summer, so I don't know why I didn't just stick to my guns on this and make them even lower. But at some point, can everybody be wrong and I'm the only one right? I'm gonna fade myself. That's what I'm saying, brother. I'm gonna fade myself that I'm not the only one that said not so fast.
Another 0-2 team, by the way.
Yeah, and yes, week 3 trend, another big decision point for me on this game. But I can't be the only one that was like, why does everybody think Aaron Glenn so good? His Detroit defense sucked. Like, oh, they had a bunch of injuries. Great, they had a bunch of injuries and still sucked. What is the point? What are you even saying? And everybody's like, well, they had the two best coordinators, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. They kept saying that, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. What is so fucking good about Aaron Glenn? As I'm talking against my bet here, but he has to be something, right? Like, he's got to be able to gather the troops at least a little bit, but that's not the main reason that they're the danger zone pick of the week. The main thing is, I talked about, there was a team earlier that's a walking mash unit, and it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're already coming into the season with Wirfs and Godwin hurt. And last week, Houston beat them the fuck up. Tampa Bay got the win, but they sent several players to the medical tent, and they're not going to be here in this game. Another 2 offensive linemen down, another 2 offensive linemen down on top of Wirfs. It's just and I think a defensive player, Clancy, the defensive tackle, they are just riddled with injuries. This is not the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming to play or at home playing the Jets. This is a mash unit Tampa Bay Buccaneers and a desperate 0-2 team in the Jets. And I'm gonna hope that everybody that said Aaron Glenn was a good coach, I'm gonna rely on that big time right here, so they can give me a loss within 7 points. And if not, I'm going all in that Aaron Glenn, put him on the list. Put him on the list of getting fired teams, because this has just been ridiculous. Oh, and Tyrod Taylor,
regret this decision.
I might immediately regret the decision. You're very good, nice pull, but Tyrod Taylor, I mean, what is there a major drop off between him and Justin Fields? I don't. Besides that once every 5-year game that we saw in week 1, and you got to go all the way back to when he played Ohio or Georgia, before that, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so I just graded this game out with Justin Fields to your exact point. Power ranking grade has Tampa Bay, bucket Tampa Bay, V2 Tampa Bay, D2 Jets. Now, on the total 44.5, it's no call. I got Tampa Bay winning this game 25-20, which would cover. Now, this is a good matchup for Baker against his defense, against a half a point. If it was Fields, it's flat. I'm just going to say it's the same thing. But here's where I wouldn't, and I came into the week wanting to bet the Jets. Here's what kept me off it, even though the BPG says they'll cover. This should be a very good game for Tampa Bay, or at least a better than average game of Tampa Bay running the football. And Longhorn, we've talked about it a million times. When this Tampa Bay team, and the offense at the best, is when they run the ball the best. We saw it
with no offensive lineman, but
it would be
I get
for sure. So that's what kept me off the Jets, even though numbers wise, I definitely agree with you. So it's a no play for me. It's not a hard disagreement with me for Longhorn at all. I think, like I said, the numbers bear out that should be around 45 points, and Tampa Bay, barely doesn't cover. So barely does, barely doesn't, whatever. It's right around that line.
And like we said at the beginning,
here's the thing though. Tyrod's gonna have to score 20 points.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to score 20 to cover this game.
I don't know, actually. With all the injuries on offense and offensive line.
I will say this: if Ibuka, because that was the other thing.
Yeah, he's dinged up.
If he doesn't fucking play,
I mean, they're riddled.
This Tampa Bay offense is in trouble.
They are fucking riddled. So I don't know if they need to score. Maybe 17 will get it. 17 might
Maybe.
get you.
Possibly.
But like we said at the beginning of the podcast, all the teams you want to bet on are the ones we're going to be on this. Give us some Jets and some Browns and some.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Give us all these shitbirds.
Absolutely. Speaking of a couple of, we'll call them half-covered shitbirds. Let's move on to those New England Patriots hosting those Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, this game is sitting at Pittsburgh -1.5. Preseason, let's see where I had this game. I had it at a pick'em, and Vegas had it at Pittsburgh +1.5. So we split the baby here. Well, actually, no, it was closer because 1.5 versus 3. So a little closer there. So again, I mentioned this, boys and girls, just to see how the numbers are grading out throughout the season. It helps me to keep a gauge on how far off or on I was on teams, and it helps me trust my numbers a little bit more. Anyway, Pittsburgh -1.5. Longhorn, what do you got on this one?
Yeah, not a lot on this one. You've got Tomlin on the road as a favorite. I don't like that at all.
We never like that, but we just won the Miami game. We fucking like that. 1-0, baby. Let's fucking go.
Do like that one. I think New England was in my teasers to tease up to 7.5. I believe. I hope they were, because they're sitting perfect. And I think this is going to be a low-scoring, ugly game. So 7.5 points on the tease up for New England. is a good spot. Other than that, I don't really have like a pick either way because I don't really know. I'm still not sure what we're getting from really either one of these teams. We saw the offensive explosion in week 1 from Pittsburgh, and then we saw them get shit stomped by Seattle at home the next week. We saw New England. I can't remember.
They got their ass raped by Vegas
in week 1. And then, I mean, they beat Miami last week, but man, was that just not very pretty. So I'm just, this feels like too much of a coin flip, and I'm not interested in just flipping coins. So I'm staying away, but I am taking the tees up for New England at home up to 7.5. So that'll be my play.
All right. So I like that teaser. Power rankings graded this out for New England, Buckets, Pittsburgh, V2 Pittsburgh, no call in the D2. I've got it under the 44.5. I've got Pittsburgh winning this game 23-20. It's going to be an average matchup for Drake May. Should do what he normally does. It should be a 0.5 point plus for Aaron Rodgers, so decent matchup. Neither one of these running games are going to do well versus other defense, so that's going to be the struggle there, and that's why I think this game stays low and stays tight. I'm just going to trust my numbers on this one. I'm going to trust the fact that, Longhorn preseason, both of us had this Pittsburgh team graded out higher than New England. I haven't seen anything to get me off of that. Now, do I think this Pittsburgh team's great? No, but I didn't think they were great going in. Do I think this New England team is better than I expected? No. So I'm just going to stick to my preseason numbers. Like I said, I had the game of Pick'em. Now I get a 1.5 value from what my preseason value was. I'm going to stick with Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh here to win and cover. I like them to win by 3, slightly under on the total.
That works for me.
All right, here we go. Those those San Diego Superchargers.
They almost got the Los Angeles.
I almost slipped.
It's gonna.
I don't care that they're 2-0. Go fuck yourselves. All right. Preseason line on this one. I had this at a pick'em. Vegas had 1.5. They're at 2.5. So Vegas beat me on this one. So the market is going with Vegas on this one. This one live, let's see, is where are they at? Chargers. We're setting at basically 3. Well, you can still get a 2.5 heavily juiced, a +3, +3 heavily juiced. So either way, it's like a 2.75 is what we're looking at here.
Well, then I'm going to let you have the dealer's choice on what this game is going to be, and you can just hit. You're either going to give me a big dick pick, or you're going to give me just the sounder. I don't know how you want to qualify this, but you can just hit either sounder and let me know which one I'm getting.
Oh, well, if I get the choice, I want the big dick, baby.
Well, then hit it. Then fucking hit it.
Oh, let me get to it. Here we go.
I'll pop off a piece of my dick.
Big floppy donkey dick.
Is that your fucking dick?
With my dick.
Nice big cock.
I ain't gonna put my dick in.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you're gonna give me credit for that, because I love this game so much. Denver is back in their sweet spot. Okay, they've been favorites. They've been.
All right, let's get the bets out of the way though before you break it down.
Money line is gonna be what?
I've got it graded at a +130.
I'll take 1 unit on the +130. Am I getting? Is it 2.5 or is there any threes?
I'm giving you 3. No, there's
then
3s.
fuck out. Let's go 2 units on 3 and 1 unit on the money line.
1 unit money line. Denver +3, 2 units.
Yeah, I love this. This is back in the sweet spot. Denver's not. They're not ready to be the over the summer darlings. Everybody's pick, including mine, to win this division. They're just not quite ready for that. The quarterback's not ready for that. That's not their spot. But here in this game, the Chargers are the darling. They're the ones sitting 2-0. They're the ones that everybody's talking about. They're the ones that are like, oh man, that's the team that's going to take over and take the throne away from Kansas City in this division. But not so fast, because Denver is still the best defense in the league, and I love the matchup of this defense against Harbaugh and this quarterback. I think that there's going to be some takeaways here. And again, let's see, what time is this game? This is, okay, they put it in the 3 o'clock window in the afternoon. But Are the Chargers really? I mean, just say it. This is like a say it out loud. Are they really good enough to go 3-0 in the first three weeks against their division, Raiders, Chiefs, and then Broncos to just sweep and be 3-0 in this division? I don't think so. Denver lost a tough one last week. Could have won it. Had a field goal that was missed. Got hit with the bullshit, interference on the center call. Whatever.
It wasn't bullshit. That's bad coaching.
It's bullshit. That was a bullshit call. But whatever. They got the loss, and you move on. This is just the perfect fade spot.
That's 2 years in a row, though. Honestly, like talk about.
Yeah, they need to get a new special teams coach.
2 years in a row,
they
have lost fucking games on field goal. They got a field goal blocked in Kansas City, and now they lose a game because some dickhead hits the fucking center.
It was so weak too, though. But whatever. Perfect fade spot on the Chargers. Perfect buy spot on the Broncos. So let's go. Let's get healthy out there in San Diego / LA land, and let's get a win, Broncos.
All right. Let's see what I got on this one.
Is this agreement?
All right. Power rank grade on the Chargers. No call bucket. No call V2. No call D2. I've got this game. Yep. It's definitely agreement. 21-21 and tie. That's graded to the under 45.5.
I'll take it.
This is a flat matchup for your boy Herbs. Not a great matchup for Bo Nix. He loses a point to the BPG. However, the Chargers lose half a point in the running game here, and that's big. That's big for this offense. Denver should be able to run the ball the way they do just fine. There's no advantage, but no disadvantage either. That should be what keeps them in this game. Has them hanging around and possibly covering this 3 points. Maybe even winning. So, but you know what? One of these fucking times I'm going to call one of these goddamn ties, I'm going to be right.
And I'm
going to celebrate the shit out of it too.
One of the sneaky teams that's dealing with injuries, and kudos to them for still being 2-0. It's the Chargers. They're starting to we saw Matt get hurt last week. It's starting to creep up on him a little bit.
Yeah, but here's what I'll say, and I texted you this while we were watching the game in the Chargers this last week. If Quentin Johnston's going to be that dude, this is a fucking team to be reckoned with. Like, they're not quite the Bills, they're not quite the Ravens, but they're better than the Chiefs, and they're going to win this division. They're going to take the Chiefs down, because if this dude is going to do that, now you've got that dude doing it over the top. You got McConkey the honky playing all the underneath shit. You got a running game that fucking works, and you got a defense that fucking flies around and makes plays. My boy Derwin James looks like back to the all-pro fucking form, that he started his career as. Good God. Good God. This fucking Chargers team is dangerous.
Derwin James with a 80.9 PFF grade, so obviously in that awesome grade. And as far as the three receivers go for the Chargers, McConkey, Johnston, and Keenan Allen, all three in the top 20 PFF ranked receivers. So you got three in the top 20. You're doing
and you
something
just
good.
Bet Bo Nix to beat them on the road.
I sure as fuck did. So come meet us back here Monday night when we talk about it.
Hey, my numbers don't disagree with you. My numbers do not disagree with you, so I'm just busting your balls.
They don't call it big dick for nothing.
That's right, god damn it. All right, moving on, those Seattle Seahawks hosting those New Orleans Saints. Good Lord Almighty. This game, look, it's been so okay. This is a surprising thing for me. This game, it opened at 7.5. It's still basically 7.5, pretty much everywhere. I didn't really know where the money was going to go. I thought somebody had an opinion. Now, New Orleans is the 0-2 team here, so they are on that trend. Let's see where I had this one. I had Seattle -6. Vegas had a -6.5, so they beat me on this one. Also, I don't know, Longhorn. I don't know. I don't have anything on this game, so what do you got?
Well, this is the week 3 trend game, so I'm not sure as shit not betting Seattle straight. Now, I do have them teased down. I honestly thought when I grabbed, because I tried to be cute here and grabbed Seattle -1, because at the time it was Seattle -7. I was like, well, I know this is going up to 7.5, 8, maybe even 8.5. It hasn't fucking moved, to your point. So I thought I was being cute. It turns out that
Shocking, honestly, shocking.
Yeah. So I mean, there's still time. It's only Thursday night. We'll see what happens. Get into the game on Sunday. But I don't know. This offensive line and the running game in general. I'm just waiting for Seattle's running game, the identity of this team, if they're going to be what I think they're going to be, which I know I was in the minority picking them to win this division, but if they're going to be what I think that this team is built to be, they got to get this running game going, and it just hasn't happened yet. Running game and defense is going to be their path to winning this division. Now, they've got New Orleans. They're likely going to win this game. I think when you're a 7-point favorite, you're like a 75, 80%, money line winner. So
no, it's higher than that. But
is it higher than that? Whatever it is, they're likely going to win this game. They'll be sitting at 2-1. We got Arizona and San Fran playing each other. So one of them's going to 2-1, and the Rams are playing Philly. So just like that, you can go from oh shit, everybody's 2-0 to hey, we're right back in this mix. So but man, I gotta see that running game. I gotta see it. And New Orleans has been feisty. Like, say we both picked them to go under their win total of 5.5, I believe. They've been feisty. They've had the ball in both games with a chance to win or tie.
The problem is they had the ball in Spencer Rattler's hands. Well, that's going to be the case all year.
And yes, he's not going to be a good quarterback, but as of right now, he's not playing horrible. He's just not playing. He hasn't turned the ball over yet.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, we've seen a lot worse this year so far. So now that won't stay that way. Obviously, I'm not saying, because I think, let me click on it right here.
When Seattle wins this game and they're tied for first place, Longhorn's going to say,
I am the smartest man alive.
well, they won't be tied because either Arizona or San Fran will be 3-0.
Oh, true.
Yeah, unless there's a tie. But yeah, Rattler is 8th PFF right now as for quarterbacks. That I can
fuck out of here.
Best bet, Rattler will not finish in the top 10 of PFF rankings in quarterback. It's only 2 games. We got sample here, so yeah, it's I feel good about the teaser. I'm glad I got it in, but I got no interest in playing Seattle. Week 3 trend is gonna. I could only play New Orleans based on that.
So I only got 2 things in this game. One, it should be a really good matchup for Seattle's running game, to your point. So they should be able to establish a run here. So this is the key, boys and girls. These are these games where you don't bet them, but you watch for certain things. If Seattle cannot run the ball against this team, which they have an advantage matchup for their scheme versus what this defense defends well. So if they don't run the ball for better than average clip between their 2 running backs, they are in fucking trouble going forward the rest of the year. So that's what I'm looking for in this game. That's all I'm interested in. Other than that, the week 3 trend, again, if I repeat it, any team, any situation, 0-2, week 3 since 2012, 60, 43-1, ATS 58.3%. That's on an average line of 3.2, and they're covering that by plus 1.38 ATS margin. So that should get Longhorn in his one. He should get his one teaser right there.
And just
50 and 52 straight up, by the way. So it's basically a coin flip but that's with an average line of 3.2. So it's not all equul, but whatever.
Last thing on this game. Remember I talked about all summer about this offensive line for New Orleans. They got 4 number 1 first round draft picks on the offensive line. The 5th one,
they got to be awesome.
The 5th one is the 2nd round center, who's their best player. I talked about that in the offseason. They all got it. This needs to get better. You've invested. This has to work. Well,
what's their PFF grades at?
Well, I'm about to tell you. If you take out the center, who's been their best player, and he's at a 70.9, 7th center right now. That's around where he usually lands. The other 4 are averaging about 50. 50. Horrible. Like well below starting level. Those are all the first rounders. This has to get better. You can't miss on all your first round draft picks on offensive line. It should be better. I feel bad for him, but it's just not working for whatever reason.
Fat ass!
Yeah, they are fat ass and they suck and all the things.
All the things. All right, let's move on to San Francisco 49ers hosting those fighting circus midgets from Arizona. Look, this one is bounced all over the place. Now Shanahan saying Purdy could play. Might not play, could play.
No.
Who knows if he's going to fucking play? Look, I'll just say this on this one. So the preseason line on this, I made this 5. Vegas made it 3.5. It's at 1.5. I don't know what to be. If Purdy was maybe going to play or whatever, probably closer to 3.5. I still was too high on San Fran. It's very clear to me now on that. So I know that my numbers are off. Now, I was higher on the market than Arizona as well, but I was obviously way fucking higher than the market was going to bear on San Francisco. So that, error on my part on that one. So Longhorn, what do you got on this game?
What's the current line?
It is currently we're sitting at 2.5, so it's crept back up. So the news that Shanahan said Purdy might play is bumped at a full point to the 2.5 as I adjust this.
Yeah. So
we're a point away from what we were preseason. So basically, if Purdy plays, I expect this to go back over the 3 because it's juiced to the 2.5. It's actually at 3 at DraftKings already. It is heavily juiced at Circa and Westgate. So if Purdy plays, I expect to get back 3. So basically, if he gets to the 3, we've had a 0.5 point adjustment to Vegas's numbers, which were much more accurate than mine. So we'll reference those. 0.5 point downgrade between San Francisco and Arizona upgrade, whatever you want to say. I don't know.
Well, too much uncertainty in this game. I did put out Arizona before this Purdy news as a tease up from 2 to +8, and I felt really good about that. I'm not so happy about the Purdy news, although I will say if he plays, he's going to be hampered. So,
yeah, he's not going to be fucking healthy.
Yeah. My decision on game day, depending on where the line lands, is do I want to hedge that tease and kind of buy back on maybe a San Fran money line on the other side?
I'm getting news that we're not. Sorry to break it. I'm getting news that we're not live for some reason, even though it says we're live.
On which stream?
On Facebook, I guess.
So it's saying all check marks for me. I'll have to check that after the.
Go ahead.
I'll check it. That's basically it. I'm very concerned about the injuries in the secondary for Arizona, so that's a big concern. And obviously the Purdy news, we don't know which either way, so it's mostly just a tease up and kind of stay away from the main part of the line unless I want to buy back on a San Fran money line to kind of hedge that tease.
All right, so on this one, I didn't have much either because all the uncertainty. So the V2 and D2 though both do grade out on Arizona. Like I can't do much with whether it's Brock Purdy or whether I thought I didn't bet San Francisco last week, but I put them out in a contest and I put them out in the fucking Survivor. I got lucky to cover and not really lucky to win, but lucky to cover. So I touched the kind of hot stove with some dead money already. I'm not interested in touching this hot stove again with live money, so it's a pass for me on this one.
All right.
All right, let's move on to those Chicago Bears there, kid, hosting those Dallas Cowboys. Oh, let's see. Preseason line on this.
Not the week 3 trend anymore.
Yes.
Chicago's had to be the Dogs.
They are the Dogs. Any situation, but they are currently the Dogs. I'll read the line in a minute. So,
all right.
I had Chicago -4. Vegas had a -3. Obviously, we were both way off because now the market is bearing out that the Cowboys, although they opened at 1.5 point dogs, they're now consensus 1 point favorites. So now we have a home dog, 0-2 on that trend versus the Cows. So, Longhorn, what do you got?
Well, but that flipped though, right? They flipped favorite to dog?
They did.
Yeah, so it just my write-up means nothing anymore. So like I wasn't gonna hit like a sounder either way. It was kind of on that coin flip. I was really I'm gonna have to check whenever you go because I think I teased up. Did I tease up Dallas? Were they the dog before?
They were the dog before.
Either way, if it's gonna be Chicago +1.5, I'm gonna tease them up too because I don't trust this Dallas defense to be able to stop anybody from getting a backdoor. We just saw last week bombs away Russell Wilson. Now, I don't think Caleb can do that, But
you didn't have Chicago or Dallas.
Okay, then maybe I just laid off that. I'm probably gonna fire on a Chicago leg at some point on a tease because this offense has underperformed and it's becoming like just regurgitated news. The strife between the coach and the quarterback in Chicago. It's been well documented. I don't like him. I don't think he's a leader of men. But with that said, this is a bad defense, and that's a really good offensive-minded head coach. If ever this offense with all these weapons that they brought in and drafted, if ever they're gonna drop a 30 burger, not a lot, just a tick above what the best offense will score on average for 17 weeks. If ever they're gonna drop a 30 burger at home, this is the time to do it against this defense. So I feel really good about the tease up to 7.5. Outside of that, it's nothing else for me.
All right, so I saw something where Caleb Williams has a chance to be the first quarterback ever to throw for like 4,000 yards and so many touchdowns within his first starts or whatever in Chicago. And it's not too many yards either. All right, here's where I landed on this one. Power ranking grade out Chicago, even when they were the favorite. Bucks are on Dallas though. V2 no call, D2 Chicago. The total on this one is 50. Bet the over, bet the over, bet the fucking over.
Yeah, because if Chicago scores 30, Dallas will probably score 30 also. So
the BPG has Dallas grading out 27-25, so that would be a no call with a 1.5 point spread. Now that it is Dallas, it was going to be Dallas earlier. Obviously, I was thinking about firing Dallas, especially if I got the full +2 when I got them projected win by 2. But inside the matchup, this should be Sugar Britch's best game of his entire career. He gets 2 points to the BPG.
entire career.
In his entire career. Dak, though, gets +2.5 to the BPG versus this defensive scheme. Here's the other kicker. Both running games gained 0.5 point to the BPG. It's going to be fucking Katie bar the door. Last one with the ball wins. It's going to be one of those fucking games. So, am I interested in the side? No. Over 50, clearly. It's fucking, this game is going over. I might be dead wrong, but I don't think I am. Give me the over the 50 in this one.
Weather report, I don't know if this is going to change your mind at all. Probably not. And I don't know that it should. 60% chance of rain on Sunday in Chicago. Not weather, temperature perfect. No wind. So
yeah, because rain doesn't bother. It's wind that bothers guys, and if it's a wet ball, that's more chance for fumbles.
Wasn't there talk of Caleb with wet balls at USC? Maybe I'm thinking of different. No, not. Oh my God! All right, that was one of those unintended. All right, fair enough.
Oh, there's plenty.
I'm gonna take credit for that, even though it was unintended. I'm gonna take credit for that one.
Yeah, that was good. That was fucking good. I like it.
Is he good or bad with wet balls? I don't know. We'll find out.
Plenty of talk with him with wet balls. I'm pretty sure he's pretty good with them. I don't know. I've heard. I don't know.
All right, go get it, boy.
All right, moving on to those New York Football Giants. Here is another 0-2 home dog. Yeah. Home dog in week 3. You can't wait to fucking line your money up against with these fucking guys.
Oh my God!
All right,
this fucking game.
Fucking Kansas City. Let's see. Currently sitting at 6 preseason. Where did I have this game? I had Kansas City at -6.5. Vegas had a -6.5. This is actually one of those games where both spot on at least the same grade. It opened at 6.5. It's now at 6, so the market has went a tick against us. But, all things considered, me and Vegas, lockstep here on this one. So Longhorn, what do you got?
I'm torn on this game. I don't want to. Obviously, it's a week 3 thing. So and it's ticked up to 6. now you're
no, ticked down. It opened at 6.5. It's still at 6.5.
It got down to 5.5 also though. So
true. Money's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. So at that number 6, how do you not bet the Giants? I just really don't know. But then on the other side, man, this Kansas City's winning this game. They're gonna win this game. So if they're gonna win, 6 points is 5.5 is much better, but like they're gonna. It just depends on how much margin they're gonna get. Now, throughout the history, even when Kansas City is in their best of the best mode, they don't blow teams out. They just don't do it, especially on the road. So I can only look at the Giants. I need to get that 6 just to feel good.
You got the 6 everywhere.
Yeah, so it's just a number I feel better about. Oh man, but let me just say this: even though it won't happen because KC will win, nothing will make me happier than to see those Chiefs and that.
I can't have this. I got the under 5.5 for the Giants. I cannot have them winning.
Oh, we can
game.
Spare one. They're gonna suck.
Not this one.
They can spare one. Look, that fat Kelsey out there wearing his fucking free number 4, but just he's tone deaf. He's in La La Land with Taylor Swift, and they need this. The Kansas City, you're going to
free our teammate who absolutely committed a felony.
Yeah, and left the scene of a crime with people injured. Please, somebody free him. He's been prosecuted, just wrongly prosecuted. He's an idiot. So fuck you, KC. I hope you lose. You probably won't, but I bet it's within 6.
Yeah. 100%. All right, so on this one, I couldn't get to a number. So power ranking, no call. Like I said, me and Vegas lockstep from the very jump preseason of this one. Bucket does graded at KC, V2 KC, D2 Giants. Now here's what I actually do like in this game. 45.5 on the under. I've got this game, KC winning 25-19. So that's 44 points.
25-19, that's 6.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that.
Exactly on the fucking cover. So that would be a push. It's a flat game for Russell Wilson. It should be an advantage to Patrick Mahomes. It's the first game that we've graded on Kansas City so far this year. We has an advantage against the defense. And the Giants running game grades out very shittily against this KC team, which is the reason why I can't bet the Giants.
That's not a word, but we'll roll with it.
And Kansas City grades out to run pretty well against this Giants defense. But again,
Scatterboo.
Here's where I cannot get on Kansas City. And this is a trend on the week 3 on the opposite side. So, this is going to be the Do No Wong teaser and geek pick of the week. Numbers geek pick of the week. I don't have the sounder. Sorry.
It's a double up.
Double up.
Let's hear it.
All right. Here's the trend. Week 3 since 2012 on 0-2 team versus another 0-2 team because they're both 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the favorite, which would be Kansas City. The average line is minus 5.8. We're sitting at 6. You are 3-7 straight up, first of all. Losing by 1/10 of a point. So not strong margin there. More importantly, 2-9 ATS. 18% of the time does this team cover. Minus 5.7 cumulative ATS. 6-5 to the over. However, the average total is 45.2. We're sitting at 45.5. And you're only going over by about 2 points. So that puts you at, 46. So what we're going to do, boys and girls, we're going to do no Wong teaser. We're going to take the Giants up to 13. And we're going to take the total up to 52.5 and take the under the kid for the do no Wong teaser of the week.
That is fantastically gross, and I can't wait to watch it.
I knew you would fucking love that one.
It just hurts my wong so much. That you just flicked my wong right right on the wong. I don't like it. Don't like it. But you know what? They usually do pretty well.
I picked my spots. All right, here we go. Oh, it's time for Monday Night Football. Oh, boys and girls, we saved the best, truly the best for fucking last. Those soon-to-be world champion Baltimore Ravens is Longhorn, and I told you, hosting those Detroit Lions. Now, this game has ticked down. We're looking at 4.5 as I just my numbers here. Major tick down. However, let's look at the preseason. I know I'm going to be off on this one, but we'll look at it anyway. I had Detroit Baltimore -6. Vegas had Baltimore -3.5. So Vegas beat me on this one. Now, I will say this, though. The market opened at my Ravens -6.5. So clearly the market said I'm full of shit and Vegas is right. So Longhorn, tell me all about how I'm wrong. And Baltimore shouldn't even be favored by 4.5.
No, I don't. I think you're right on this one. And if this gets down, I'm wondering if it's going to get down to that 3.5 that they had preseason. Because if it gets to 4, I'm jumping in on Baltimore. I can tell you that right now. Like, I don't trust this Detroit team. We saw them blow out Chicago last week. Great, super.
That was Dan Campbell extra too, because they were like, fourth and whatever. It's already a 30-point lead, and he's still throwing touchdowns to fucking anonymous St. Brown. He's like, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you, Ben Johnson, you motherfucker, for leaving me. This is what I'm doing to you now.
Yeah, and we for years we've not trusted Jared Goff outdoors, away from the dome.
And we saw this game 2 years ago with Ben Johnson,
and it was ugly. So
it was fucking ugly.
Just everything points to now. Does it worry me that the sharps, because it's always semi-sharp money that's pushing this line down 2 full fucking points midweek. Those aren't fucking idiots going up there making that bet. So does that worry me? Yeah, but at a certain point, even sharps will buy back on a number that's moved 2.5, 3 points. So I'm kind of waiting on that buy point for Baltimore, and I would only be on Baltimore. I'm just kind of waiting just to see how far this number goes. That's where I'm at on this game.
Yep, exactly to your point. So at the 6 we had it earlier in the week, it would have been no call by the power ranking, and it would have been no call by the BPG because I got Baltimore winning this game 30-24 at 4.5. Yeah, that's a full play for me. We'll see how the week goes. Now, the buckets are on Detroit, B2 Detroit, D2 Detroit. They grade out very well. I like the over here at 51.5. I don't think that's enough points. Lamar grades out a half point better. Jared Goff grades out a half point less. But here's where the rub is for me on this one. Baltimore's running game grades out about what it should, but Detroit loses 1.5 points on this running game versus this defense. And we've seen what happens to this Detroit offense if they cannot run the football. So I don't like that at all. It would be Baltimore nothing for me. The 4.5. Anything under 6, I'm good with Baltimore. It's Baltimore pass for me here.
One last thing. The last few years, the Detroit Lions offensive line has graded out as one of the best, and the teams that grade out as the best, Philly, Detroit, Atlanta, these teams, when you're one of the best, you're grading out as a 5-person unit around 75. Just if you want to be in that top 3, you're gonna grade out PFF around 75. We talked about all summer the shuffle, Ragnow retiring, the shuffle, the new guards on both sides. Right now, this 5-man unit for Detroit, the identity offensive line is grading out at 59.4. That is not going to be long-term success for this team and what they want to do, their identity. And I think it shows its ugly face in this game, and it could get ugly.
All right, boys and girls, that was all them wins. Coming in the air tonight, baby.
No, not that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
All right, let's go with this one.
Oh, free picks.
All right, Longhorns, time for everybody's been waiting for some of those free. I said free picks of the week. Lay it on them, baby.
Who do I want? You know what? If you're gonna give me the 3 on Denver, which you did, you already said you can't take it back. Give me those Denver Broncos +3. Obviously, use them on the money line during the segment, but just the +3 on the free pick for the show.
All right, we're gonna go with our college free pick of the week. It's gonna be San Jose State. Let's see, -8.5. They're playing some team I don't even remember. We'll pull it up in just a second. It doesn't matter. Look, San Jose State's not good this year, granted, but
But they're minus 8.5.
Yeah, well,
They must be playing a high school team.
I think it is a high school team. They're playing Idaho. Idaho. So, San Jose State, again. But here's the thing, Longhorn. Our boy Nick Nash, that we love so much, they've got another kid. He looks like the replica.
Did he play last year?
Nope. He's just coming on. He's just starting to find his groove. So watch him. San Jose State, minus 8.5 for your college free pick of the week. Your free pick was what?
Denver +3. Where is San Jose? They're not playing at night on Saturday. I'm looking all the way at the bottom. You know what time the game is?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well, no, this can't be one of those 2 a.m., 1 a.m. late Saturday night. Just cash in another winner. This is going to be in the middle of the afternoon type game.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, tell me about the Patreon one more time, and let's get out of here.
All right, be sure to go to that Patreon page, patreon.com/bet_FGH. You can sign up with Bo Sivas for the premium picks. You can sign up with me for NFL premium picks. Bo Sivas got college and NFL. What are you hitting about this year so far? About 57, 58% overall?
66%, sir.
Oh, sorry, 66%, which is absolutely unheard of. So be sure and go. Look, we're only in week 3, starting week 3 in the NFL. Long way to go.
Week 4 in college.
Week 4 in college. So get over there and sign up and do that. So people, stop throwing away your hard-earned money on a guessing game. Let the pros do the heavy lifting. So sign up, tell a friend, and join in on the fun of watching football, drinking beer, and never pay a bookie again. Come on.
Ah, damn it. People never pay a bookie again. Steven Tyler, take us out, baby.